Well, good afternoon, everyone. Chief Meteorologist Marcus Walter here with the weather update. We've been enjoying temperatures in the low and mid 50s over the last few days. We saw that once again here in the arc limits this afternoon. But as we look ahead to really Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we'll see temperatures reach the 60s. But the big story is the cool down that's on the way for early next week. We'll see highs by Monday only in the mid 30s, and it will be even colder overnight. Here's a look at the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, and it shows still a large portion of the U.S. will likely experience below normal temperatures, especially here in the arc limits and also stretching into parts of Texas. Now, when we look at what's on the way, we have to talk about the cold air first. It's really due in parts of the jet stream shifting south of our region after a front sweeps across our region late Friday into Saturday. That sets the stage for cold air to be in place across our region. But we want to keep an eye on a cutoff low that's off the coast of California, because that low will eventually push east, and as it does so, it'll set the stage for storm chances across our region, even wintry weather possibly as we head throughout the early part of next week. As we look at what's on the way, though, this is a look at Friday. Clouds increasing across the region. Is later in the day as that front is sweeping across the region. It finally taps into moisture. It'll likely trigger some showers across parts of our region, but the majority of the wet weather will fall on Saturday east of us. So we should be drying out most of Saturday, and that'll likely keep us fairly warm before cold air starts to move in. But as we look ahead at what's on the way, this is Sunday. We still have that cold air spilling in from the north, but by the time we get to Monday, we'll be looking at the chance for potentially some wintry weather impacting our region. So as we talk about this possible winter weather, we want to let you know that we are still several days away from this possible event. So there's a lot of uncertainty with the forecast at this point. Just yesterday, one of our main forecast models from the U.S. didn't show any storm whatsoever. There was only one system, one model that showed a possible storm. So we have a lot of uncertainty with the forecast, but we want you to know we'll have more updates on this possible threat for winter weather as we head through the early part of next week. We'll have those updates throughout this week and into next week. So definitely stay tuned for that. In the meantime, as we look at how much rain could fall from now through really Saturday night, from that initial front that'll lead that cold air into our region, we're expecting anywhere from 1/10 to about 1/4 of an inch of rain. But outside of that, really nothing significant with that wet weather on Friday. Here's a look at temperatures now. We sit at 52 degrees. We have wind out of the southeast at 5 miles per hour. Temperatures for the most part are anywhere from the low to mid 50s, 54 degrees in El Dorado, 52 degrees in Monroe, 55 degrees, and that's just at this hour. On a wider view, we're noticing lots of 50s across the southern United States, whether you're in Jackson or New Orleans, even over toward Texas and Oklahoma. But there's cold air making its way across parts of Kansas and Missouri, and eventually that colder air will be with us for next week when we see highs only in the mid and upper 30s. Now, many of you may have noticed some of the clouds across our region today. We've had a lot of high clouds move across the region, due in part to a storm system that's trying to organize across southern Texas. At this point, that system won't impact us, but it will keep some clouds out there for tonight, even into tomorrow morning. This model is showing some of those clouds covering some of our southern parishes, but by tomorrow afternoon, we'll be back into the 50s. So let's talk about the forecast for tonight. We're going with a low of 33 degrees, partly cloudy to mostly clear. Overall, no issues whatsoever. And then tomorrow, we'll see temperatures reach into the mid 50s with lots of sunshine. Still a few high clouds out there, but no significant weather impacting us on Wednesday. We will tell you more about what you can expect for next week and your 7-day forecast coming up at 5 p.m. on KNOE. Make sure to tune in then.